Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, we're not in our normal place where we review stuff today, but today I have something really cool for you. This is perfect for emergencies, camping out, whatever. This is your MaxKare Tabletop gas griddle. Alright everybody, welcome back. So we are going to be cooking on this today. I'm going to try to make this not too long of a video, but I want to give you a little information on the griddle itself. Now, I first started getting interested in these things when I ended up down one of those rabbit holes we go on YouTube where you follow one video to another video to another. And then I ended up watching all these griddle videos with these guys cooking on these little griddles. But the prices of some of them were just astronomical. You know, $200 to $300 for these little portable griddles. And I was like, wow, I got to find something kind of a little more affordable. And being that our gas grill out here stopped working quite a while ago, I thought this would kind of be cool for our back room. This is kind of a screened-in room that we have out here on our back. It's kind of like a porch with screens on it, so it's safe to be inside here and let the animals out and play. But this is normally where I was doing a lot of my grilling because there's a nice high ceiling, and you can open the door over that way and let all the fumes out. But the screens are, you know, you got lots of ventilation. Let me show you really quick what I'm talking about. You've got these screened-in walls here. So, with that said, we got all that going, and I will show you this grill. Basically, you'll notice it's been cooked on already. I'm going to explain seasoning it to you. I wanted to cook on it and season it to test it before I brought it to show to you guys. This is how basically it'll come to you. You're going to get the bottom piece here, this section here, and this piece of metal up here, which is kind of warm, but I can still pick it up. And if you notice down there, there's two H burners. Burner goes that way and that way down each side. This is just a big piece of steel. That's all it is. And that's why I have seasoned it already for you. I put that back in the holes. There are two holes that it will snap into on each side. And you'll be good to go once you get it snapped in there. So basically how you season the grill. Okay. Before you start using anything like this, okay, you're going to want to heat it up, put oil on it, let it smoke. When the smoke stops, let it heat it up again, put some more oil on it, and just let it sit. Let it smoke until it stops smoking, turn it off, let it cool naturally. That's a simple kind of thing. The first thing you're going to do, though, however, and you'll never ever do this again, is you're going to want to wash the grill. The first thing you do is get some sudsy water, some soap, get all the machining stuff off it when it comes to you. It's going to come to you in this color here, this kind of steel gray color, this color that's on this side. And you're going to wash it up good, give it a good scrub. You're never going to use water or any kind of scrubbing or any kind of stuff like that on this again. You're going to just clean it with oil and a scraper, and you get a nice nice coating on it that will be naturally non-stick. And I've already cooked on it. I made some bacon on it the other day, and it works really, really well. So, very pleased with it. To give you a little information on this, this little guy here is 26 pounds, so it's obviously not something you're going to be carrying in your backpack, but it's perfect for home emergencies, car camping. You know, the Texas situation made me think of this because people were like, I have no way to cook. My whole house is electric. Well, now you do. And this is fun to cook on, too. You got 360 square inches of grilling area on here. They say it provides enough room to cook for a 4 to 8 person dinner, which I could easily see. You got 20,000 BTUs off this item, and it does get very, very hot, so be very careful with it. You've got the H grills. They're nice, large heat dissipation outlets. One of the things about them is they do spread the heat very well. You know, you got that H across there on each side. You'll notice the front isn't as hot, and that's a good place to store stuff when it's close to being done, like bacon. You can just move it up to the front, and it'll stay kind of cool up here, and you know, still be warm, but it won't get cold on you, and it won't burn. So, all in all, a pretty cool system. Now, the whole top is 27.8 inches by 22 inches, 8.7 inches high, and all in all, it's really not all that heavy. The heavy part of it is this top piece here. The actual grill itself is not all that bad. Now, you'll notice that I have this on a little propane 1-pound bottle. They say this can run on natural gas as well with the correct hookup. It also will run on a 20-pound propane bottle with the conversion. So eventually, when I put this out here permanently, I'm going to be doing it on a conversion, you know, to the 20-pound tank. And I'm going to be getting a much better table. This is kind of a janky table there. It's very, very wobbly. But it works pretty well just for cooking on it. Eventually, I'm going to get a table and a little side table that I can do some prep on. Right now, I'm using one of my plastic furniture out here for all my stuff. So it's going to be, that's where I'm going to be putting my stuff. So let me fire it up and let's take a look at it. We're going to be cooking some breakfast on here this morning. And the rest of the video is going to be just basically cooking and seeing how it works. And then we'll finish up and I'll show you the finished product. So let me get it fired up. Let me get it up to temperature. And I'll bring you back. All right, I decided to get really windy out here. At least we're inside away from the wind noise. What I've done here is I put a little bit of oil on here. I'm just dropping a little bit of oil on it just to start it off because it still is, you know, this will be the second time I've cooked on it. So you put a little oil on there and you take a rag and some tongs because you never want to put your hand on there. Trust me, you get a nasty little burn off it. I worked enough when I worked in the restaurant industry with these to know very well that you can get some serious burns off them. So you see it's starting to smoke a little bit. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. So it should be up to temperature pretty soon and we'll start cooking. Alright, I got a little tiny piece of sausage on there. I just wanted to see how sizzling hot it was, and it's definitely ready. So we're going to start off the hash browns because I kind of like to put the hash browns on and just leave them alone and let them cook and work with the other stuff in between. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of butter and put it over in this area here and just kind of drop them on here. Now, today's hash browns I just got from one of these containers. I will be seasoning them a little bit, but kind of cheated. Didn't grind up the potatoes myself. So I'm just going to dump these on here. There we go. Now this is going to be a lot of food, and I'm making a ton of food to show you how much food you can make on this grill. Just a little salt and pepper. There we go. And a little bit of garlic and onion. This is just freeze-dried garlic and onion. I like the taste of that in my hash browns. Now these generally I'm just going to let cook, okay? The nice thing about this grill is you can kind of set up hot spots. So I have this really high on this side. I'm going to be taking this side down a little bit once I cook my bacon, and that way I can be all set. So I'm going to let that cook. Bring you back when I put something else on the grill. Alright, so we got them started on the end there. I'm going to put on the sausage now and see how that goes. This will cook fairly quickly. So we're just going to pop them on there, and then I can move them to a cooler side. One of the cool things about this grill is while you're working, you have a little hole back here, and in the back is a little cup. So anytime you get too much oil or anything you don't want on the grill anymore, you can simply just push it back through there. Any kind of oil, liquid, anything like that, and grease, and it's a grease trap, so it works very, very well for that. It'll keep your grill nice and clean while you're working with it. So let me finish putting the sausage on here, and we'll move on. Another handy trick, if you plan on doing toast later, is to melt your butter. Now this is a heat-proof container, Pyrex or whatever it is, and I'm just going to stick it back there and kind of let that melt the butter in the back for me. Put these guys over. They seem to be doing good, so I'm going to cool off this side of the grill now. And you can tell if I get too much oil, I can just shove it back there. I'm going to cool off this side of the grill a little bit so we can actually start moving things over here when they're close to being done. And we're going to put on the bacon on that side. Let's get started with that. I kind of like to put it on this way. You know, trick with the bacon so it doesn't curl as bad is to make sure when you put it on, you have it kind of room temperature. Take it out of your fridge, let it get to room temperature, separate it, and then you will definitely have a little less curly bacon when it cooks up. So once this is all going, we're going to move on to the eggs after all this stuff is cooked. And I will bring you back for that once all this stuff is on a plate and cooked up. And we'll see how you can make eggs. Now I'm just doing scrambled eggs with some cheese in it today, but you can do them a bunch of different ways. You can do omelets on here. I've seen people get rings and do like a metal ring and do a perfect little omelet in it. But the possibilities are endless for cooking on this. You can cook so much stuff on this, so many different ways. Let's see how our hash browns are doing. Yeah, they're browning up nicely. Sausage is looking good, so I'm going to move the ones that are pretty well cooked to the front where it's cooler. Check them out. Yep, that's good. And this guy back here. There we go. Get this stuff out of the way. Another handy tool for this too is a dough cutter type thing. One of the things you can do with it is just kind of scrape all your crud to the back, and it's a handy tool. But all in all, I'm really liking the performance of this grill. It really makes it easy to cook. You don't really need to be any kind of great chef to do this kind of stuff. It's very, very simple. So let me finish up the bacon, and we'll bring you back after that. All right, we got the bacon done. I'm keeping it on this side. I have this side of the grill off. Got the sausage all done. Got the hash browns put there. So this side of the grill is off. I'm just letting things kind of chill out over here. I'm going to let that oil kind of smoke off a bit. Cleaned up all the stuff that was on there. And we're going to put our eggs on. Now doing eggs seems like it'd be tricky because it'll run all over the place. But you pour them on a little bit at a time, and it's a whole lot easier to deal with. So, let me get this fork out of here. And I'm just making scrambled eggs, so it doesn't matter about shape. The minute they hit, they're going to start cooking, so you really don't have to go too crazy with them. Maybe push them aside a little bit, you know, kind of contain them, but that's about it. Really simple to do. And they will cook quickly, so keep an eye on them. That. Put the rest on. And the thinner you spread them out, the faster they'll cook. So we're going to get the cheese ready to put in them really quick and head from there. All right, pretty much all done. The grill is off. I'm just letting it run on residual heat. One of the things I need to keep an eye on is make sure I don't burn my eggs. Flip them over there. Now this is how I do the toast on these grills. So far I'm really liking this grill. Very, very easy to work on. Even for me, who, you know, I haven't done this since, shoot, I was in my 20s when I worked in a restaurant. Very, very easy to put together. Was very easy to season. I just saw nothing stuck to it once we seasoned it up. And there's plenty of videos on that. I kind of wanted to focus on cooking on the grill today and showing you how it works. But there's plenty of videos on how to season on these grills. Also, plenty of videos of people who cook on these things. Like I said, I got lost in that rabbit hole the other day and went down that and just started watching videos of people cooking on flat grills, and I was like, oh my goodness, this could become a whole new hobby. So this works pretty quick. Get that off there. Hey, you're already starting to get a little bit of a toast on it. And at this point, yeah, I turned off the grill. I'm letting it run on just the residual heat that's there. I'm going to start plating up stuff. Show you what this all looks like once it's done. Okay, here's the eggs. Get the bacon in here without making a mess. There's your bacon. Maybe I needed a bigger plate. Let me put it like this. I'm going to have breakfast for days here. But anyway, there you go. I got sausage, bacon. I kind of burned the bacon on one side a little bit. Not too bad, though. Hash browns everywhere. Falling out under there. And scrambled eggs. So, let's flip that toast. See how it's doing. There we go. Yeah, so you get a nice, even toast there. And cleanup is really simple. Now, you never want to wash this surface. Once you have that seasoning on there, you really don't want to wash it every day. Unless something really bad gets put on it. Let's see what you're going to do. You're just going to scrape this up. Maybe when you're all done, take a towel. You will go through a lot of paper towels using these. That's for sure. But maybe when you're all done, take a paper towel and just wipe the surfaces. Wipe this off down here. Then you're good to go. So, so far, within the 3 times I've cooked on this, I've used 2 of those propane bottles, the little green ones. I'll pull it up here for you because it kind of fell out of the picture. Those guys right there. So I will be hooking this up to a 20-pound tank. I do have the connector there. I have the cord. It's just in the other room. And I've never really bothered to connect anything to it. So I will be connecting it to that. But all in all, I'm really pleased. I mean, within, all in all, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, I was able to get an awesome breakfast. There's my toast all set. I mean, this is a huge breakfast. Like I said, I'll be eating breakfast for weeks now. But definitely really cool. So I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to eat this up. I'm going to give you a little bit of info on this. These run about $109, so they're very affordable compared to other grills on the market that I've seen. 109 bucks, really, really handy, free shipping, and I have really, really grown to like this in the little short time that I've been using it. So you'll probably see me cooking more on it out here when I'm doing larger cooking videos. Of course, with the smaller stoves and stuff, I can kind of work around with that. But anything bigger, I'm going to be cooking on this because it's a whole lot easier to do. And I'm going to be setting it up better. You know, I want to have a more permanent structure out here so that if something does happen and we lose power or whatever, I can come out here and cook just as fast as cooking in my house. I have not tried to boil water on this. However, I think this would be awesome for double boilers. You know, if you were trying to put something in a double boiler, you put a water pot here and something inside with, you know, that you want to melt down. So I have not tried it with that. I have not tried making coffee on it, in other words. But all in all, you got to say that was a pretty darn quick, good breakfast. So let me get inside before my food gets cold. Don't forget to check out, I will give you the link down below where you can pick this up for 109 bucks in free shipping. It is on Amazon. I'll give you that link down there. It's also in my Amazon store. You want to check out my affiliate store down there. I try to put everything in there, and I kind of changed the look on the front there, so I have my older products in my influencer section, and my newer products in that Great Preppers product section. So if you want to check out that store, you can check it out there. Don't forget to check out our freeze-dried wholesaler link down below. You get a 15% discount if you order stuff with using my link right there and my code. I will put that down below for you as well. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link as well if you're interested in 25-year shelf-stable food that you can put up for emergencies. And it's good tasting too. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. I thank you for hanging with me through this video. I know it was kind of long. Stay safe and stay prepared.